Hello everyone, Manthrall here, and welcome to the weekly update video. Yes, there is an update this week, even though RuneFest just happened. Usually that's not too common, but it is a patch week, so please don't get too excited. But, hey, patch notes are still updates, it's still content, it's still stuff that actually helps us enjoy the game that we love and keep the longevity going. But it is actual mental health awareness week, so that is actually something to always keep in mind. It says it's time to train your brain once more, just like last year they are holding an in-game event to help raise money for their partners with the charities of the Prince's Trust, CPSL Mind, and URRAAD. This will be going from October 7th to the 13th. You'll be able to collect charity tokens while you use skill in game or combat. The charity reps are north of Lumbridge Crater, and it says to earn progress towards this year's rewards, including the Defender of the Mind Wings and the Cuddle Brain plush for you to hold. And as you see up here, there is the wings with the suit this time, which they look pretty cool, and there is the cartoon version of the plush, which is interesting looking. Not exactly my style, but hey, it is for fun and it is for a good cause. There's a lot of stuff here. There's a RuneFest recap, so do keep in mind. There's a lot coming up over these next few months, even. Because next month in November we have the Herblore and Farming up to 120, along with all the new content comes with that, which you're talking the Ranch Out of Time, new farming plots, a new tree included with that, new tree seed, which is the golden, well, not the golden, but the money tree seed. So it's supposed to be an extremely rare drop or something like that along those lines, but you can actually plant a tree and you can actually harvest money from it, so that's actually something to keep in mind. Along with the Ranch Out of Time, you got a whole bunch of new animals, new lizards. The Herblore, there's going to be a lot more secondary ingredients now, which that means new potions. So that's why that's going up to 120. There's also going to be the Elder Overload with that, which is going to be even stronger than the regular Overload, obviously. But then there's also going to be the bombs that go along with Herblore now. Yes, I said bombs. Bombs in RuneScape that are not Chinchampas. And those are going to have effects, so that's going to be absolutely interesting. And then December, usually that's our month for holidays. So it's usually just a bunch of festive type deals, holidays. But then right away in January, we have, well, maybe not right away, but sometime in January, they are looking to release the new skill, which is Archaeology, which is not going to be an elite skill, and it will go up to 120. Free-to-play players will have the capability of training that skill up to level 20, so that is actually fantastic for them. But later in the year, there's going to be the Elder God Wars dungeon. There's all sorts of quests, including the City of Senestin, the Azandra quest. There's going to be stuff with pets this year. Managing Miscellanea coming up. There's just so much content, guys. It is going to be amazing. Patch notes, we'll get into that here shortly. There is newsletter competitions currently going on. They always have some sort of competition, so go ahead and always check it out. So it's pretty cool. There is some brand new Twitch Prime loot on the way, which is a currency pack. Right now, the currency pack is, you get the currency pack, which is 200 rune coins, 15 treasure, 100 keys, 40 hearts of ice. It says regardless of whether you claim RuneScape Twitch Prime loot before, everyone can grab this awesome free pack anytime over the next month. So anytime over October, you can claim that. Lootscape is the 1 to 2 hunter marks, 250 resources in a random base camp resource, guaranteed drop from the basic drop table, which is the prismatic small and medium fallen star, prismatic small and medium lamp, spirit ruby and diamond, advanced pulse core, spring, silverhawk down, medium and small dungeoneering token box, uncut dragonstone, and the possibility of the large, medium, or small cash bag. Your review counter goes up on orb. Not sure what that does. Chance base is a random skilling outfit piece if unowned, and either Nature's Balance or Loot's Cape if unowned. Live streams this week is Tuesday, October 8th at 1500 UTC, RuneFest Q&A, so go over all the juicy details. Wednesday, October 9th at 1100 UTC, Dark World Order featured stream, which is kind of cool. I'm not familiar with Dark World Order, but do check it out. Now we will head into the patch notes, which there is actually quite a big bundle of them considering the fact it just is off RuneFest. So graphics, the Mohawk haircut will now display in full whilst wearing the revolutionary mask. Added a colorblind mode for users when fighting Telos. Fix an issue where drop stack values were not showing up near the loot they are representing. The Bank of Gielinor has updated its title on the bank pin entry interface to match the main bank interface. Quests during the One Small Favor quest, when you have found Petra and talked to the wizard Crompentry, probably butchered that up, just like I butchered up the word butchered. If the player has not completed Rune Mysteries, the wizard will tell you that you must complete Rune Mysteries quest first in order to continue. The father and son helping Linnea have been converted into a mini quest, and as such have been added to the completionist cape as a requirement. Mobile, long pressing the prayer globe on the mobile now populates the menu with all saved presets in all instances. Some minor improvements and changes have been made to the login screen. The account create button has been reinstated on mobile. Added numeric values to both health and adrenaline bars on mobile. Updated the worn equipment item layout on mobile to resemble desktop layout. Fix an issue with the health bar value not updating after respawning on mobile. Fix an issue with prismatic dye color selector in the wardrobe so it now functions on mobile. Fix an issue on mobile with the keyboard window being dismissed after entering username and pressing enter. Other. Fix a stack timer on Telos virus debuffs that appear in P5, green, black, and red, and the adrenaline grain reduced debuff Dominion Tower. Updated the buff bar timer to have the full minutes displayed. They have now removed the additional prayer buffs when combat boosting prayer or curse was active that provided the benefits of other prayers. These include the tier 95 and 99 curses. These detailed benefits can be found in the active prayer interface. Provided the more information to the user on buff icon for prayer renewal and super prayer renewal potions. Improvements have been made to the Celtic Knot puzzles to improve usability. Steel Titan's special attack now does the correct amount of damage to Capsarius shield on Legio Tertarius. Fix an issue with lock melters leaving doors unable to be passed through. Fixed an issue where users were unable to scan clue scroll in the Lumbridge Swamp caves. Destroying the Silverhawk boots now displays the correct pop-up message depending on if it has combat stats or not. Spring Cleaner 3000 no longer speaks until it has been unlocked. Changed some text references for Erethor's grimoires to state grimoire rather than God Book. Yakamaru's stun phase and Mirage stun phase will now take into consideration the flanking perk. Opening the junk refiner will no longer show the refine button as being grayed out if it can be used. The Araxar Enrage reset now behaves correctly if you log in after losing membership. Various spellings of Tranquility throughout RuneScape have been changed to Tranquility. they missed it now. Notably, this includes the character of Brother Tranquility. The solution to an anagram for a clue scroll to find him has been changed from rebirth quantumly wrought to rebirth not ritually. Okay. Legio Tyrdius boss defense buff will no longer persist after Capsarius has been killed. He will no longer receive a warning when entering the apparent Spectre's area of the Mauritania Slayer Tower, whilst the Slayer helmet is on the stand in Anachronia. The tooltips for Iron Man only achievements, whilst on Iron Man mode, will now display the correct information. Hunter Urns now work with Big Game Hunter. That is awesome. The ability to keybind area loot has been added in game. Head to Settings interface, then Controls, tab to set keybind for that feature. Fix an issue with various Jadinkos not contributing to the challenge totals. If a player examines a Lorehound, their own Lorehound will display their quest points, and another player's Lorehound will display their own owner's quest points. If the player is a Master Quest Cape wielder, the owner's Lorehound will display a longer message only visible by the owner when examined. Fix an issue with Scrimshaw of Aggression, where it was dropping more coins than intended. Globetrotter and Trials of Armor will no longer prevent login to free-to-play worlds. Spinning the wheel in the spinning wheel in Kadarn district now spins the correct axis. Fix an issue where Java client would crash when opening the bank. The Ornament Bowl can no longer be held outside Tears of Gothics. Fix an issue preventing the growth of the white tree sapling. Players will no longer get 10 free raffle tickets when logging in, as the raffle is no longer active. When emptying the contents of the gem bag, her bag, or ore box, the contents will show in the bank immediately. The composite ogre bow can now be worn. The sled used in Troll Romance now once again be ridden in appropriate areas. The clan flag and clan cloak now equipped properly in the world and in the clan citadel. The triple charm buff from familiarization D&D is now persistent after logging out and back in. Added more explicit guidance when the player needs to activate a prayer to complete the Birthright Prayer path. When telegraphing clues, if the player has Charo's clue carrier in their inventory or pocket slot, the clue will now automatically be placed in the Charo's clue carrier. The character's gathering animation will play as normal whilst using the Divine Nomadic Vacuum on Enriched Spring. Zanuck will no longer think they are underground if you click outside the cutscene during a death to Dorgashin Quest. The Slayer Master Cheldar will now inform you that Bloodvelds use melee attacks and suggest using magic attacks when asked for tips on how to fight them. So some pretty awesome patch notes, but that is actually it for today's update. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time, later guys.